Hello and welcome to Illegal Real Estate Services. This is your host Ratnakar, also known as Sugrated on the internet. I'm going to be guiding you through the ice-covered planet of Belobog from the planet Yarilla 6 and help you find the perfect home for your future. As you can see from my voice, I have a cold because of the extremely low temperature of this planet. And for some reason, my employer could not give me a leave because they thought I didn't earn it yet. So yes, I'm going to be your realtor for today and I'm going to be showing you the hottest property markets all over the cosmos and make sure you get the perfect home. So far in our company, the Illegal Real Estate Services, we haven't had a single bad review, a single customer unsatisfied. And so we will make sure you know everything about the places that we are going to be taking you today and help you make the right decision about buying a property in the city of Belobog. Let's begin. And here we are, the bustling city of Belobog. Just look at those excited people just waiting to see us. Since we don't have much budget when it comes to Illegal Real Estate Corporation, I have been assigned as a cameraman and Stell would be the one showing us around. Stell, are you excited? She is excited. Let's begin with our tour. As you can see, the architecture in Belobog is really significant. Just look at those magnificent buildings. It's always a breathtaking sight. Obviously, there are many modes to transport around this place and you will find no problem commuting to your work, as there are cars and even the local transportation system like trams. Just make sure you don't find yourself in the middle of it because you will get hit and the insurance on this planet is not so good. First up, let's start with the apartments because that's what you guys are here for. Starting with the very first location you can call your home is this hotel right here. See, it is a standardized apartment with many rooms and a nice welcoming entrance. We cannot go inside right now because there have been some renovations currently. This is situated in quite a nice place and they are even looking forward to expand in the future. So growth is always a good aspect. As you can see, there's a post box right outside your home, so whoever you want to communicate through the mail, maybe send a few love letters, you got your post box right here. And newspaper will be delivered right to you at your doorstep. How convenient is that? And you guys might be wondering, well, if this is a nice covered planet, how do we heat ourselves up? Conveniently, there are heaters located all over this place and you don't need to worry about getting cold. These things are powered up by a special thing called geomarrow. Apparently, it's some kind of ore that is specific to this planet, but it provides more than enough heat for all your living needs. So you don't need to worry about getting cold. So this is our first place. Stell over here, let's be honest, she did not graduate anything and she is quite illiterate, so I would love to tell you what's the name of this place, but frankly I cannot read that. Maybe there is some translator I can find online. I will let you guys know. But this place is quite a nice place to live as it is right beside the government buildings. So any complaints you have with the living conditions, you can address it directly to the Queen. The local authorities are quite strict. There is police station all over the place, so you need not worry about your security. Crime rate is exceptionally low in Belobog. Just watch out for any blue-haired individual trying to sell you things that you shouldn't buy. Other than that, you are quite good. Also, another key aspect when it comes to buying a home is the cleanliness of the environment. There are a lot of trash cans available all over Belobog. This place is quite clean and the security makes sure that you don't leave any trash leaving behind. What about Stell? Does she like living here? Yes, she does. Actually, she loves living here so much, she even volunteers to pick up the trash herself because she loves this place. So that's the first place. If you're willing to buy a room and have a part of the apartment for yourself, this will be a worthy place. But if you're looking forward for a more temporary accommodation, there is a hotel not very far away. Next point of interest that we are going to be visiting on our way to the hotel is this. Ma'am, can you not step in front of my camera? I'm trying to record a real estate program here. Jesus Christ. Nowadays, people don't have any respect towards employed people. But as you can see over here, this is a Belobog museum. Of course, you can visit the indoors and it's quite a nice place. It's a quite welcoming place. You can check out all the pieces of history that have been collected in Belobog and it's a nice point of interest to take your family to. Another thing that surprised me a lot was how advanced the medical facilities were in this place. There are these things called a space anchor. I don't exactly know the functioning of this mechanism. There are no availability of hospitals here because frankly you don't need it. You just need to approach this thing and suddenly you will be all fixed up. So Belobog is definitely on a high level when it comes to hospitality services. You don't need to worry about like, I don't know, breaking your legs or something by hitting the tramps. You can actually do it for fun. You know what? Let's try it. Stel, go break your legs. Stel, why don't you give them a, what do you call it? A demonstration. You want to do it, right? Oh, look at her. She's so excited to give us the demonstration. She's practically begging for it. Alright, let's find ourselves a tram and bang into it. As you can see, Stel is all banged up. She has been suffering from a very critical disease that came out of nowhere, and she's very physically wounded, even though it doesn't look like it. But all she needs to do is just approach the anchor and she will be all healed up. That's how sick the medical facilities are in Belobog. And the next thing is this fountain right here. People usually find themselves throwing coins into this fountain, so I'm gonna be honest with you, if you are ever like down broke, like insanely broke, you can just come here and, I don't know, steal some coins. You can do that. I mean, it's not morally right, but there's a lot of things humans do when it's not morally right if they want to survive. So yeah, you can do that. I mean, also, this fountain is nice to see, I guess. And here we are. Our second point of interest and the second place where you can temporarily rent a place is this place, which is the Gartha Hotel. I think that's the Gata Hotel, Gita Hotel, Gartha Hotel, something like that. I'm not quite familiar with Belobog's language, but just look at this place. It has a nice welcoming entrance. It's full of natural light, a huge window so you can see the outside place. It is currently a bit covered in mist because of the cold, but I'm sure it will be a lovely view once the blizzard starts clearing up. Coming over to the place itself, this place can actually be explored indoors, unlike the other place, because that one was going through renovation. There are heaters implanted right inside the facility, so you need not worry about getting cold. And here is our room. Again, keeping up with the trend of having plenty of natural light, Belobog seems to love that. But if you didn't prefer that and want to live inside like a goblin, there's also facilities for that, as you can just turn down the curtain. This whole place is lit up by nice lanterns all over the place, and it's very clean, like absurdly clean. We are currently visiting, so there is still some luggage here. I'm sure somebody will take care of it eventually, but this whole place is really convenient. And also there's a nice painting over there. Wow, there's water and sail. Maybe this is from the time before this planet got turned into a freezer. And an indoor plant. So yeah, Gartha Hotel definitely does not skimp out on interior design. There are plenty of old instruments. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's some sort of radio. But yeah, really clean place, really nice place to live in. And I'm sure you will love coming here. Of course, when it comes to commodities and various other needs, there are vending machines all over the place. Belobog isn't really a place with a lot of restaurants, as people love to get their daily need foods right from the vending machine. I don't know how they managed to fit in ramen inside a vending machine, but I'm sure they have some sort of crazy technology working in the background. And these people seem very proud of it, as there are vending machines all over the place. Actually, I did not find this before. But hey, there is actually a shop over here. Wow, traditional businesses are still active in Belobog. Tell me, Ronald, what do you have to sell? Okay, they are selling us solid water. I mean, I don't know why you need to sell me ice. There's ice all around me. And is that ramen? What the heck is that? I shouldn't be disrespectful. It must be some sort of local ingredient that they have been farming. And you can find various metal, mechanical parts and other things, so you can make up your own machines. This is a very DIY place, so I would suppose that is the reason why they have metal and all these other things, so you can make up your own machines. Now, if you didn't like the first two places, or if you find them a little too expensive, I will be talking about the prices at the end of the summary. Stel, can you please stop playing video games at your work? But yes, if you find it a little bit too expensive, I have an alternative that you might consider. That is the Backwater Pass. Now, this place is a bit different. Compared to your usual heartwarming environment of the administrative district, this place has been pretty severely affected by the fragmentum monsters, which are the monsters that have been randomly coming through portals. Of course, in the administrative district, you have all this security, all this police, so you won't have to worry about that. But if you're really looking forward for the discount and don't care about your life, or you must be just a brave person, there's also another property that you might check out. So, as I was saying, this is our third and last location, and the price of living here is way less than any other place. As you can see, it is quite a ways off from the administrative district and it is right in the middle of Belobog. So it is quite a hassle to come here, but once you come here, this is basically the transport hub of the city, which means you can reach any place from here really fast. And the place that I want to show you is this. It currently does not have a name, as I was unable to find much information about this place, but turns out this used to be a cafe or some sort of plaza. At some point in time, there used to be huge footfall over here and lots of traffic, but after the attack of the monsters, people have pretty much stopped living here. But that doesn't stop us, does it? This place, even though it is quite out there, it is really calming. If you just install a couple of vending machines over here, I'm sure you will be just fine living over here. There are still ways to communicate with the administrative district and get to the things you want. Of course, it is going to be a hard trip for the delivery guy that actually comes out here. He might need some combat experience. But yes, this is the third place on our list. And if you really want to live in Year 6 without paying any rent, this place is pretty much free. The only living expenses that you are going to incur here are food, water and other basic commodities. Other than that, this place is pretty much yours. And this place is pretty ideal to live if you live by yourself. Although it might be depressing to some people as there's not a lot of people out here. But so far, that is where we are going to be stopping. Since this is the end of the video, let's make a tally of all the living expenses that you are going to incur in all these places and let's compare them and find the perfect place for you to live in Belobog. Thank you for coming to the living expenses summary. Today's subject is Belobog above ground. So let us delve into the practicalities of living in this blizzard-struck beauty. We had a hard time converting and evaluating the currencies that we were dealing with since we are not particularly familiar with the currency of credits. Now here's where our accountant Iyengar came in clutch and came to the conclusion that $1 was the equivalent of 1440 credits, based on various factors like comparing commodities in similar regions. So, the following three locations were taken into consideration for your living. First up is the Union Heating Supply, which after further R&D, which stands for Research and Development, we came to the conclusion that it was owned by the government and not for sale. However, after some explicit negotiating, with the local authority of course, we were able to come to a price of 584,139.6 credits or around $405 per month of rent. Now this place is owned by the government, so it did land us a pretty good discount. And it should be just as habitable as any other apartment in this area, as they still have the basic commodities like garbage, water, electricity and all that. And hell, they store all the heating supplies here. Out there in the blizzard, I have gone there and it's cold as hell. It's going to freeze your dick off. So it's much better you stay here with all these heating supplies. It's going to be cozy as hell. You are going to live free. Secondly is Garda Hotel, which came to around 852.8 credits or $540.87 per month for one bedroom apartment, or which equates to 8 days of work for the average Trailblazer. Now, financial experts recommend that your rent should not exceed 30% of your monthly income, but in Belobog's case, it is 36% for the average Trailblazer. So it's not far off the mark, but honestly, in this economy, 36% is not too bad. You are going to be living just fine. And lastly, the last place that we took into consideration was the unnamed place, which for the sake of our video, let's just call it Leisure Plaza, as it shares the name with one of the nearby locations. First of all, it doesn't require any rent at all because it is completely abandoned and surrounded by monsters. So if you can muster up the courage to live there, you will be saving a ton of credits. There might be some problems with electricity and water, but come on. You are trying to live in Belobog. This is a city of architects. I'm sure for some amount of credits, there will be somebody who is looking to give you those commodities. And we have calculated that these basic utilities, electricity, heating, cooling, water and garbage, these expenses should not amount to more than 335,491.2 credits, which is a steal for anyone who is physically capable of dealing with these monsters. And who knows, maybe over time you can just build a tank and commute to work in that thing. You can just write it off as a business expense. That's always a thing you can do. The fun things you can do with taxes. But with that being said, there you have it. If you want to see yourself moving into the city of Belobog, Call now at 1-800 illegal estate. If you enjoyed this video, you can support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing to it, and just leave a comment saying, hey, I like this video and I want you to make more of it. If you didn't like this video and still watched it till the end, first of all, why? I do not understand the way you're spending your time. And hey, if you're in the game and you want me to cover any other areas where you want me to do a real estate tour, do let me know in the comments of that as well.